Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steve Szukala, and I'm here to talk to you today about the FAA's Instrument Flight Procedure Optimization process. Did you know the FAA National Airspace System modernization is underway and is evolving the way we evaluate existing and new instrument flight procedures to improve safety and access? The FAA is committed to ensure that the national airspace infrastructure remains secure, sustainable, and resilient. A key component of that is to maintain safety and an acceptable level of resilient navigational services. And as the national airspace system continues to evolve, so does the demand for new IFPs. Maintaining instrument flight procedures requires a significant amount of FAA resources and emphasizes the importance to remove underutilized and redundant procedures. As you can see from this illustration, the number of instrument flight procedures has significantly increased from around 5,000 procedures in 2000 to over 20,000 procedures in 2020 and just over 21,000 procedures today. The FAA, along with industry partners, has done an amazing job with implementing new procedures. What's been missing is a continuous and recurring evaluation to ensure these procedures are still providing the expected benefits and access as intended. Why is optimization so important? As you can see from the previous slide, the IFP inventory has increased, and so has the FAA's maintenance cost and required resources, even with an estimated that 20% of the current IFP inventory has little to no benefits. With the growing IFP inventory, the FAA has realigned resources to maintenance activities, leaving little bandwidth to develop or modernize existing procedures. The increase in inventory has also increased safety concerns with industry, with the growing number of notice to airmen and the complexity between pilots and controllers communications. What are the benefits of the IFP optimization? It will help FAA deliver on existing commitments and initiatives. It'll help us meet the needs of the rapidly evolving national airspace system and deliver operational benefits to stakeholders, reduction in maintenance costs, reduction in training requirements, complexity, and chart clutter, increase access and safety to underserved airports, help the FAA realign resources to improve integration of new entrances due to the reduction in current inventory, and predictability through data-driven decisions. So how does the IFP optimization work? It's going to leverage existing programs and efforts to identify and remove underutilized and redundant procedures. We're going to implement a recurring process to conduct periodic reviews to ensure these procedures are still meeting the stakeholder needs for safety and access, promotes continued stakeholder engagement and increased customer service. FAA is going to continue to evolve orders and processes and continue development and application of automated data-driven capabilities. Over the past few years, the FAA has made significant progress on enhanced procedure analytics to determine how procedures are being utilized. We have been capturing data on weather, procedure types, usage, aircraft equipage, and airport operations to assist with data-driven decisions. Here are a few examples of data captured that will assist when evaluating procedures. This VOR circling procedure at Payne Field in Washington was only used 95 times out of 10,000 plus operations in 2019. The airport currently has numerous resilient procedures with additional space-based procedures to meet future needs. This procedure is considered underutilized and is a candidate for removal. Here's another example at Santa Barbara Muni in California. This procedure was used over 1,700 times out of 17,000 plus arrivals in 2019. Seems like low usage, so why not remove? Well, this is the only procedure to the prevailing wind runway and predominantly used by general aviation traffic. Without stakeholder engagement, we would not have been able to determine the need for this procedure. This procedure would be a candidate to be retained or redesigned to establish a standalone space-based procedure depending on future needs. This last example is at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. We have two space-based procedures, an RNAV RMP and an RNAV GPS to runway 16 left. The RNAV RMP was only used 17 times. Let me say that again, only used 17 times out of 191,000 plus operations in 2019. The RMP has higher minimums and an identical flight path as the RNAV GPS. So why was this procedure developed with no increase in access or safety? Why are we continuing to maintain this RNP procedure? The recommendation would be to remove the RNP procedure. These were just a few examples of how the FAA is going to validate and analyze all existing and new requests moving forward. The IFP optimization will help to streamline new requests, introduce continuous evaluation of existing procedures, and ensure safety and access to airports.